to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. They've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game, but anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 87 2 games. Doesn't mean the team.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the.
Right,
we
get 2 games a night. Remember
on the set.
Yeah. Anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, was out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a.
And man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Barefoot.
One of just the many signs that let you know just where you are in California. It's the Clippers in the City of Angels for a little interconference action here at the Staples Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. A good game here would get this road trip started confidently for the Cavaliers. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games. Clippers trail by 7. Cannon kicks to Griffin. Kicks it out to Crawford. Lets it go from deep, and he gets the bucket. Crawford's got 5 points so far.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Doc Rivers. Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Cannon kicks to Jordan. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Redick dishes to Griffin. Clock at 6. From the baseline. No luck. Cleveland leading by 7. LeBron passes to Love. Expanding his range. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night. Crawford outside. Griffin sets the screen for Crawford. They grab their own miss. Picked by Griffin. Crawford drives in. Feeds it to Griffin. Again, Griffin missing.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
LeBron kicks to Freak. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James misses. Clippers trail by 10. Redick with it. Guarded now by Irving. Here's Cannon. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. The drive by James, and Jordan sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And Los Angeles with some changes. Vasquez, he's checked in for Redick. And it's Livingston in for Cannon. Then for the Cavaliers, Mozgov comes in for Anderson Varejao. And it's Tristan Thompson in for Kevin Love. There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And that one's good, Irving.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Crawford against Thompson. Will it go? And Crawford finishes inside. Crawford's got 7 points.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Cavaliers have shot 6 of 7 at the line, and he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
Hey, guys. Hey, every team has a night like that on occasion. It happens. Hey, we call them gong games. You just want to hit the gong, forget about them, and move on.
Here's Livingston, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Cavaliers lead by 13. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to embrace criticism and embrace lofty expectations. Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he? I mean, it's almost jiu-jitsu. It turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for Doc? I mean, he's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for. He's played the game, and he's a tremendous communicator.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Cleveland, Thompson down low with Mozgov. Creek is out there with Smith. And it's Morrow in at the 3 spot. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Back to Smith. 5 to shoot. Here's Andrews. They get the rebound. Thompson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Jordan dishes to Vasquez.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love's. 1:46 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Sloan. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
We've seen some good numbers for Freak. He has 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And he sinks the second. 1:31 left in the first half. Sloan passes to Reddick. Verajao against Jordan. And there's the pass to Sloan. Now here's Reddick. He's coming off a 19-point game against Memphis.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game. Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Jordan the screen. Crawford a screen on Irving. And Sloan kicks to Crawford.
Cavaliers foul. Frick. That's his first personal foul.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verajao. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for LeBron. And count the basket, he was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Cavaliers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Sloan kicks to Griffin. Takes the 13-footer and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Here's Sloan. Shoots from 12. Griffin can't get it to go in. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 17. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Doc, what do you think is the main area this team needs to address going down the stretch?
I tell you, every quarter we've had a 2-minute stretch where, guys are playing hard. They're trying to win. But you got to win together by running your stuff. And we're trying to make it up, and the turnovers are killing us right now.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Okay, guys, tremendous work in the first half. These fans haven't had a thing to cheer about. Let's talk about how to keep it going. That's one of the best halves of offensive basketball we could have asked for. Great movement, great passing, great everything. They've got no idea how to deal with us. We did do a good job finding space on the perimeter, moving the ball around and getting open looks from three-point range. That was a big plus. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. That's it for now. Let's stay focused and close this one out strong.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's got 21 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an...
For the Clippers, Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jordan. Vasquez comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Livingston in for Isaiah Cannon. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Freak comes in for J.R. Smith. They've got Griffin. Pierce is out there with Crawford. Then there's Livingston. And it's Vasquez in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Los Angeles has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Pierce with it, picked up by Love. The shot by Pierce will not go.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost. Got it.
Irving kicks to James. Love outside. To the inside. Here's Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this for his career. 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Livingston kicks to Vasquez. Poked loose. Out of bounds. Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Some of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. Let's highlight them. Take a look at Redick, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage. And of course, Kyrie Irving, just 2 behind.
Kevin, it's about practice and repetition. I bet if you went and watched these guys practice, they're at the gym early and they're there late. There's no secret to success. It's hard work. Boy, he just can't find the bottom of the net here. Really struggling to get it done in this second half.
Here's Mozgov, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
There's the dish to Pierce, and he's finally able to knock one down. Pierce has got 7 points. And here's Cleveland. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
6 on the shot clock. Thompson dishes to Freak. And it's off from three-point range. Los Angeles has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Crawford, no one around him. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. 14 points for Crawford. Crawford's gone even, 50% from the field, 5 of 10. Mozgov with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. 7-foot shot. Here's Thompson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Morrow. And Pierce pulls it down. Pierce has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Livingston passes to Vasquez. But they get it back. And the wing jumper offline. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers ahead, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Platoon swap here for the Clippers. Freaks checked in for the Cavaliers. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. On the court for Cleveland, Andrews in at shooting guard. Mozgov is out there with Nick Collison. Then there's Anthony Morrow, and it's Dellavedova in at point guard. Pierce kicks to Vasquez. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Freak throws it down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Kyrie Irving. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in, and if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Dellavedova dishes to Freak. The feed now to Morrow. Mozgov passes to Dellavedova. For the 3. Good.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Picked by Griffin. There's Cannon with the 3. Count the bucket.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw is good.
Crawford. Dawson. Sloan.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
LeBron, for so many years, the Doc Rivers coach team has stood between you and what you have always tried to achieve. Now, of course, Doc with a new team, and you shared a moment with him after the game. Do you mind sharing what he said?
You know, the way he keeps his guys prepared and mentally in tune throughout the whole game, throughout the whole season, you know, that's a great quality in the coach, and I wanted to share that with him. So wish him the best.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Kyrie, I mean, you know, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor, he passes beautifully, and he can shoot from lights out from anywhere on the court.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.